Welcome to BNEWS Weekly. I'm Phil Gallagher along with BNEWS Director Rich Hosford, BNEWS reporters Tad Stefanak, Robert Paris, and John Vias. Maddie Shipka with the weather and the community calendar. Thank you for joining us. The Burlington School District's new transportation company agreed to install cameras on all special education buses as part of the contract negotiations. The promise to add the cameras was made by Trombley Motor Coach Service Incorporated owner John McCarthy during last week's school committee meeting at the request of school committee member Christine Monaco, who cited a letter from Burlington parents of special needs children asking for the cameras. Specifically, she, through the parents' letter, asked that video and sound recording devices be placed on all buses on which special needs and language-limited children ride, that the footage be kept long enough for any incidents to be reported and investigated, and the footage be provided to parents as requested after an incident, and that the company perform regular and random quality control checks of the footage. Monaco also said the parents wanted an easy-to-use online form for complaints on the school department's website that will allow students and caregivers to report issues in a timely manner. McCarthy said he would work with the school department to come up with a length of time to keep the footage, but stated that it can be expensive to store for long periods of time. He said that normally the recording devices start overwriting previous data at about 48 hours, which works out to every 2 weeks. He also said that who the footage is shared with after an incident would be at the discretion of the school department, and I presume the police department. Members of the Burlington Fire Department are assisted in a 3-alarm fire at a Stoneham home on Saturday night. Stoneham Chief Matthew Grafton said that at approximately 9:24 p.m. on July 27, firefighters were dispatched to 20 Emery Court after receiving several 911 calls about a large fire on the property. Upon arrival, firefighters located a barn that had heavy fire and smoke showing. The barn was fully engulfed, and due to the heavy volume of flames and intense heat, the fire spread to the eaves of the nearby house and into the attic of the home. Authorities say that due to the property's isolated location on a narrow dirt road, the responding companies had limited access to fire hydrants. A second alarm was requested on arrival, and a third alarm was requested later to provide relief. Members of the Burlington Fire Department and numerous surrounding towns responded to the scene to assist. As the fire continued to burn, the roof collapsed onto the house, a release from the Stoneham Fire Department stated. It took firefighters approximately 4 hours to fully extinguish the flames. The family was not home at the time of the fire. 3 horses and several vehicles were kept inside the barn. 1 horse died as a result of the fire. 3 firefighters suffered minor injuries due to the extreme heat. Both structures appear to be total losses, with damages estimated to be $700,000 to $800,000. The family was displaced and was assisted by a family member. The last firefighter left the scene at approximately 3 a.m. Sunday. The state fire marshal is investigating the cause of the fire. Burlington DPW Director John Sanchez said currently repairs are being done on sidewalks after they have shown issues after only a couple of years, and that future projects are on hold until the issue is resolved. BNEWS Director Rich Hosford went to check out the situation and files this report.
Residents walking or driving around Burlington have likely seen work being done on sidewalks recently and thought, didn't they just lay that down a few years ago? The answer is yes, and the reason is that Burlington, like many communities in Massachusetts, is seeing some of its sidewalks fail at an alarming rate. I met up with Department of Public Works Director John Sanchez at the Burlington Police Department, who explained that what was happening with the sidewalks here is a good example of what his department has been dealing with.
Yes, and this is what we're actually seeing all throughout town. And in all the recent work that we've done over the last 3 to 5 years when it comes to concrete sidewalks, we've been seeing that in some cases the concrete is spalling. And by spalling, I mean, you're going to see a detail when you do the close-up. Is the lamination of concrete right on the top part of the concrete. In some cases is minor. In this case here, it's actually very severe. But if you can see in some other areas, actually the same contractor doing the same work, some of the panels are in good condition, and perhaps our panels that were done on a different day. You know, the concrete, they typically don't pour the entire sidewalk all at once. Sometimes they do it in sections. So what we're seeing here is what I believe to be a materials problem. The concrete itself, the curing or the performance of it is not to the standards that we used to have.
Unfortunately, finding the root of the issue isn't as simple as narrowing down a single contractor or concrete plant.
We have used several different contractors and they have used several different plants. And they are all having the same problem. So we can't point to a particular concrete plant and say this is a plant that was what the problem is, or a particular contractor.
The issue also isn't likely to be how the sidewalks are treated or maintained.
It's because we have not changed our specifications. We have not changed our maintenance procedures for either summer or winter. We do use the same type of de-icers. We use the same type of plowing. And as you can see, like back to back, we have two different sections, one in perfect condition, as we would expect it to be, and then some not so good.
Whatever is causing the concrete to degrade is cutting the life of the sidewalks down considerably from how long they should last.
Actually, concrete, if done properly, with the proper additives, it should last a long time. By that I mean 20, 30 years, 40 years.
Finally, while the cause of the issue hasn't yet been determined, Sanchez said the town is working on getting the failed sidewalks replaced, but is also holding back on starting new projects.
We have those sidewalks on the warranty. We're bringing the contractors back to do it free of charge to the town. And that's the good news, I guess. It's not costing us anything to have them redone, except for the inconvenience, of course, to our residents to have the work happen twice. The problem is, though, going forward, we do want to prevent that from happening. So we prefer to wait, and this is what I was talking to the Board of Selectmen a couple of weeks ago, that we should wait on this type of work until we figure out what the issue is.
From the Burlington Police Department, I'm BNEWS Director Rich Hosford.
An Asian fusion restaurant with multiple locations in the state is looking to the Burlington Mall for its next site. Karma Restaurant has filed a special permit application to occupy approximately 5,200 square feet of what is still available of the former Uno's location in the mall. According to the application, Karma is an upscale restaurant serving Asian cuisine in a casual atmosphere. It also says the applicant has extensive experience in this industry and currently operates several successful locations throughout Massachusetts. Their menu features a large selection of Chinese and Japanese entrees, Korean selections, sushi and sashimi, fusion sushi, a cross between Japanese flavors and styles of France is Karma's specialty. They also offer gluten-free fare as well. In other restaurant news, Burlington is adding Japanese cuisine to its culinary spectrum with the arrival of Oki Poke on 3rd Avenue. Applicant Fang Lin, a partner in Oki Poke, was before the planning board at their most recent meeting, along with Nordblom Company Assistant Manager Crosby Nordblom, Asset Manager, excuse me. Oki Poke, I can't believe that's the name of it. It must be Oki Poke. Will be moving in at 19 3rd Avenue, the space formerly occupied by Bedford Farms Ice Cream. This is its second location in the state with an already established restaurant in Westford. Nordblom and Oki Poke said they offer a bold burrito bowl concept focused on fresh fish with sauces and spices, adding that it will be a great addition to the development project and serve area office workers. Architect for Oki Poke, Jim Chen, told the board the location will not see much in the way of renovation. He said the basic layout will remain the same and only real change is adding a prep sink and hand sink and turning the rear storage area into a prep area. The location will have only 10 seats as most of their business is takeout and there will be no outdoor seating. Chen also pointed out the only cooking to be done will be steaming of rice, as the majority of food consists of salads, greens, and fresh foods, with meat offerings being raw fish. The planning board approved the special permit with a 5-0 vote. Members Paul Raymond and Josephine Pember were absent from the meeting. Mercedes-Benz General Manager Gary King received a certificate of appreciation by Michael Giacoppo, Middlesex County Deputy Sheriff's Association, for donating a convertible to the Gold Star Mothers to drive in the 2019 4th of July parade. BNews reporter John Vias was there when the certificate was awarded and has this look.
Friday, July 19th was a special day at Mercedes-Benz of Burlington, as General Manager Gary King was presented a certificate of appreciation by Michael Giacoppo of the Middlesex County Deputy Sheriff's Association. The award was a way of saying thank you to King for donating a convertible for the town's 2019 4th of July parade. The car was driven by the American Gold Star Mothers.
Gold Stars are important because they aren't funded by the federal government. They don't get anything after they've lost a loved one in the war. They get sort of like a settlement, but they don't get any support from the government beyond that. Mothers and wives who just can't afford to sustain themselves when they get something like a $5,000 bill to fix a car. And there's nothing in the government system that would assist those type of people. That's what we're trying to do.
Gary King was more than happy to help out after hearing about the tremendous history of this honorable cause.
Researching the cause and really hearing what they do, I thought it was a great opportunity to help the community and help such a great cause. So I was all in, or the company was all in to get that done.
The Middlesex Deputy Sheriff's Association goes above and beyond to help Gold Star mothers in many different ways.
It was the first time in years that the Gold Star mothers actually participated in the Burlington Parade. The Middlesex Deputy Sheriff's Association counts on donations from the general public, companies, corporations, so that we can help out any Gold Star mother in need. And this past year we've helped several Gold Star mothers out. Another Gold Star mother needed a handicap ramp to get to and from her house and inside her house from the outside. She wasn't able to climb stairs, so we installed a handicap ramp. We supply any of their needs that they can't afford to do themselves.
Donating the vehicle to be used in one of the town's biggest events of the year is of high importance to Gold Star families and helps make them recognizable to the whole community.
The importance is that the Middlesex Deputy Sheriff's Association is really appreciative of the fact that these private companies are willing to step up and offer their services, and in this case, a vehicle, to make the cause of the Gold Star mothers known to the public, because quite often these type of organizations are only known within their own body of people. Having that in a parade makes them visible to the whole community.
From Mercedes-Benz of Burlington, I'm John Vias reporting for BNEWS.
In the latest Eye on Nature, Master Gardener Peter Coppola shows us how to use your everyday organic matter along with moisture, oxygen, and bacteria to help fertilize your plants and flowers year after year.
Gardens are growing and flowers are blooming. Peak growing season is a great time to think ahead to recycling the natural way. Composting.
What a great summer this has been. Very wet, very hot, and the warm season plants are loving it, especially the weeds. But that's okay, because behind my raspberry bushes, I've got a gold mine. I'm not talking about the gold raspberries, I'm talking about brown gold, compost. And that's where these guys are going, into the compost pile. I have two compost piles. I don't turn them. I cold compost. That means I just keep throwing stuff on top of the compost pile and let the microbes do the work. In this pile alone, by the time this decomposes, there'll be hundreds of trillions. That's a T. That's a 1 with 12 zeros. Hundreds of trillions of microbes, and they are all beneficial to our plants. That's why I compost. Anything from the garden, anything. They call it greens and browns, call it what you want. Anything you pick from the garden should go in the compost pile. You have stems like this, just chop away. That's all you need to do and you're done. In the kitchen, paper towels, egg crates, lint from the dryer, coffee filters, tea bags, eggshells, throw it all in there. Even if you got rounds, dump them in. It's all going to decompose. I have a spring pile and a fall pile. This is the fall pile. So what happened here is all during the winter, I kept throwing items in here. So last fall, when the irises, all the herbaceous perennials died back, they got thrown in here, all the dead material. And it sat here all winter, adding to it, adding to it, adding to it. In August, I'll harvest this. And I'll take the stuff that didn't decompose, and I'll move it to the top. And under here is the compost. So this is the material that I'll harvest and put into the vegetable gardens where they'll overwinter. All the microbes will get to know each other, get together, do what they do during the winter, and then go to sleep. And then in the spring, I'll come back and I'll harvest the other compost bin. So every 6 months, I'm harvesting from a bin. Easy peasy.
Using microorganisms, bacteria, and fungi is a great way to make your garden grow. With thanks to Master Gardener Peter Coppola. From the Coppola Garden, I'm BNews reporter Tad Stefanak.
Burlington Department of Public Works has won a competition at the state level and will now be heading to the national stage. For many years, the Burlington DPW has competed in Massachusetts Highway Association Drivers' Skills and Training Competition. On Wednesday, July 17th, the Burlington team, led by Patrick Duran and Michael DeSimone, took first place in the contest. The Burlington crew beat over 30 teams from throughout the Commonwealth to take the prize. The Massachusetts Highway Association Driver Skills and Training is a friendly competition designed to promote teamwork, safety awareness, and vehicle operating skills in a good-natured setting. The event is open to all cities and towns without having to pre-qualify at a county event. In addition to truck skills, the snowplow rodeo included a wheel loader challenge. The Burlington DPW's team will be moving on to represent the state of Massachusetts at the national competition being held in Colorado the last week of September. DPW team leaders Patrick Duran and Michael DeSimone are scheduled to be at the next meeting of the Board of Selectmen on August 12 to be recognized and wish them well in representing Massachusetts and Burlington in a national competition. People Helping People is helping parents with children who need backpacks and school supplies for the upcoming school year. BNews reporter Robert Paris went to get the details and files this report.
The summer months are slowly winding down here in Burlington. This means kids and their parents will be heading to the stores for back-to-school shopping. But for families that are less fortunate than others, shopping for their children's school supplies can be stressful. I headed down to the Burlington Food Pantry, where People Helping People is having their second annual Backpack Drive.
So this is the second year that we're doing this. We're collecting backpacks for the kids that are served by the Burlington Food Pantry. And last year the response from the community was absolutely amazing, and the same thing this year. This year we need 155 backpacks ranging from preschool to high school age. We're asking for new backpacks and school supplies. Currently I'd say we're about the 65 mark. With more expected, but we still do have a great need, so anyone willing to donate, that would be greatly appreciated.
If you would like to donate a backpack and or school supplies, here is some information.
On Facebook, People Helping People on their page, they've posted some donation spots, as well as a lot of people have been dropping off at my house. My contact information is there, both my phone number and email address. You can reach out to me, and I'm more than happy to provide the address to drop them off to.
Lastly, it is better to give than receive.
I think people take away from it that you're helping other members of your community, and this really is an awesome community we have here in Burlington.
From the Burlington Food Pantry, I'm Robert Paris for BNews Weekly.
Burlington High School was one of 4 schools in the state chosen to receive a state designation for a program designed to connect students with organizations in their field of interest and give them an opportunity to earn college credits. BHS will launch new innovative pathway programs this fall to give students skills and experience in the particular industries through college courses and internships after receiving official designation status from the Department of Elementary and Secondary Education and Higher Education. Launched in 2017, Innovation Pathways give students experience in a specific high-demand industry such as information technology, engineering, healthcare, life sciences, and advanced manufacturing through coursework and internships at local area employers, the release dates. Students earn college credits at no cost to them and gain insight as to whether the field is something they wish to pursue in a college or as a career. In Burlington, BHS is launching an innovative pathway in information with a computer science focus that will serve 88 students when fully enrolled. The school is partnering with Mass Hire Metro North Workforce Board, the Burlington Chamber of Commerce, Amazon Web Devices, the MITA Corporation, and Microsoft, among a number of other area employers. Come out and meet Burlington Fire's first responders, check out some police and fire vehicles, and learn about public safety. Police Chief Michael Kent and Fire Chief Steve Yetman said they are pleased to announce that Burlington Police and Fire Departments will once again host Community Safety Night this summer. Safety Night will be on Wednesday, August 7th from 5 to 7 p.m. in the parking garage at Wegmans, 53 3rd Ave. Chief Kent said they look forward to this event every year and are excited to meet with community members in a fun and relaxed environment. He also thanked Wegmans for their support. The free event is open to adults and children of all ages. Those who attend can get up close views of police cruisers, fire trucks, ambulances, and equipment used by the town's first responders. There will also be a canine demonstration and have in live music featuring dueling pianos, which guests can enjoy while snacking on free hot dogs. Police officers and firefighters will be on hand to meet residents and answer any questions. BNEWS weatherman Peter Brown is out through the week and on vacation, so Maddie Shipker is once again pulling double duty with the weather forecast and the community calendar. Let's go to her now to hear what's in store for the 7-day forecast and what's happening around Burlington.
Hello, I'm Maddie Shipka, filling in for BNEWS meteorologist Peter Brown, who's out this week. Let's take a look at the 7-day forecast. I do have to say it looks like an average week ahead for the start of August. Friday, we'll see temperatures in the upper 80s and sunny skies, and on Saturday, more temps in the upper 80s and partly cloudy skies. Sunday, temperatures will be in the mid-80s with mostly sunny skies, and Monday, another day of sun with temperatures in the low 80s. Tuesday will reach the upper 80s once again with partly cloudy skies. Finally, Wednesday will bring a chance of isolated thunderstorms and temperatures in the mid-80s. That's all for your weekly forecast. I'm Maddie Shipka saying, as Peter Brown always does, get out and enjoy the weather. I'm Maddie Shipka, and this is your Community Calendar. Get ready for an entertaining show involving puppets. On Tuesday, August 6th at 11 a.m., the Burlington Public Library will be having a show called Lindsay and Her Puppet Pals. Everyone is welcome and the event is free. For more information about the program, visit her website at lindsaypuppetpals.com. There's s'mores where that came from. On Saturday, August 10th from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m., LL Bean at Wayside Commons will be having an event called S'mores in Stores. Everyone is welcome and the event is free. For more information about the event, call LL Bean at 1-888-552-9866. Remember, safety first! On August 12th through the 14th, the Burlington Police Department will be having their 49th annual Safety Town at the Burlington Mall. Classes run from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. Pre-registration is required. Children entering kindergarten and first grade can participate. For more information and to register, visit simon.com/mall/Burlington Mall. I'm Maddie Shipka, and this has been your Community Calendar.
We go now to Parks and Recreation Director Brendan Egan for the latest Parks and Rec review. This week it's Small Sports Program and Therapeutic Recreation.
Hi, welcome back to another edition of the Park and Rec Review. This week, we're past our halfway point of the summer. We only have 2 weeks left in the summer for the Park and Rec Review, but we're coming to you from Francis Wyman Elementary School, where the mini sports program takes place. We're going to meet with Peter Lynch and his crew down here and talk a little bit about mini sports, what the program's all about, maybe what the favorite days are, what the participants like to do. And then we're going to head to Simons Park and we're going to look a little more at our therapeutic rec program that runs out of Simons Park and talk with some of the staff there on some of the activities they do and some of the support they offer our participants with a disability. So hold on tight as we meet with Peter Lynch and then Emma Jones and some of the therapeutic rec staff. All right, we're here at Center Court at the Francis Wyman Gymnasium. I'm here with Peter Lynch, director of our mini sports program. Peter, what do you have going on behind us today?
Today we're doing noodle hockey with the kids. So we like to do stations first. and then we'll play a big game at the end.
What else do you do at mini sports?
We like to do basketball, and then we'll also do soccer, and pretty much those are the 3 sports we like to do. And then on Tuesdays and Thursdays, we like to have our water days outside. The kids really enjoy it.
Awesome. So, Peter, thank you for joining us. Anything you want to add at the end?
Come down to mini sports.
There you go. Come down to mini sports. It's a good time. We made our way up here from the Francis Wyman School in the mini sports program to meet with Emma Jones, our therapeutic rec intern, who does a lot of the administrative side of the programming with Laurel Rossiter, our therapeutic rec specialist. Emma, can you tell us a little bit about the Inclusion Clubhouse here at Club Simons?
One of our programs that we run for inclusion throughout the summer is Club Simons. We offer it across all our summer programs. So any participant who identifies as having a different need or ability, once they identify that to us, we get a series of paperwork, and then we match them appropriately with staff and make sure that they're being supported the best way that we possibly can while they're here in programs with us.
Awesome, thank you. We're going to meet with Devin and Christina, who are also in our support program, and see what they have to say. All right, we're here in the sensory room with Devin. Devin, can you tell us, who is the director of our inclusion support program here at Club Simons? Can you tell us a little bit about the sensory room?
Yeah, so the sensory room is kind of a room that we have a sensory walk here around the room. That's a proactive way for some of our participants to get a little extra energy out. It's open to all participants. If some other participants are starting to get a little hot, want a little break, have some water and sit and relax, we open this up to just about everybody so they can hang out and cool down and regain themselves before going back out and continuing with the programming.
Great, we're going to go meet Christina Flaherty, and she's going to fill us in on some of the daily tasks that she performs. All right, we're here with Christina Flaherty, our therapeutic rec site director. Christina, you go around to all our programs checking on the support staff and the participants. Tell us what your day's like.
Yeah, so as you guys seen, we have a therapeutic rec inclusion support here at Club Simons, but all our programs through the Burlington Rec have inclusion support offered. So I go around each site like mini sports, summer discovery, and just check in on all the sites, make sure proper accommodations are being made, make sure that everyone feels supported and are being included.
Awesome. Thank you for all your work, Christina. And if you see Christina around at a program, make her laugh and smile. It's really hard. All right, I learned a couple things here at Mini Sports, and I thought that I'd play a little goalie here for these guys. So when we're ready, we're going to see what I can do. Whoa, that's wrapping things up from Mini Sports. These guys are good.
We're still a month or so from the fall sports season, but we got a small preview of what's to come with the BHS first Future Red Devils football clinic for kids entering 4th grade through 9th grade. BNEWS sports reporter Robert Parris has this look.
Burlington football is back. Well, sorta. Last week, head coach Dan McKay introduced the first annual Future Red Devil football clinic.
This is our Future Devils clinic that we're holding for the youth of Burlington. What we're trying to do here is connect with the community, connect with our Pop Warner, and just sell the game of football and get kids excited to play it and excited to hopefully come up and play at the high school someday.
The clinic provided young adolescents to become more equipped with the system and fundamentals of the game of football.
So this is open to grades 4 through 8. So kids going into 4th grade or kids going into 9th grade, I should say. And what we're doing here is we're just going over the fundamentals of tackling, blocking, and then kind of our basic schemes and how we do things, and then just doing some little competitions here and there to get the kids excited about football and enjoy what they're doing.
I had a chance to speak with one of the participants and BHS quarterback Kyle Pena.
I've just been here to help the little kids out and, you know, develop them to great players. I'm mostly practicing with the quarterbacks, and I'm just teaching them how to their mechanics and throwing the ball and going through the progressions and footwork and all that.
This is my first year actually playing football, so we're just learning all the fundamentals, kind of getting going. The varsity guys were here with us teaching us what to do, how it's done, and it's really been great. So yeah, just learning how to play and everything.
McKay hoped the kids will learn something from this clinic and carry it with them as they engage on the field in September.
Hopefully they're going to take away how we do things at the high school, kind of what our culture is, what behaviors we engage in with the effort and the coachability, and then just some simple skills like how to tackle the correct way, the fundamentals of tackling, fundamentals of blocking, and then the fundamentals of each position. How do you get in a stance? How do you start as a defender, as an offensive player? So just the basics of how to play football, and hopefully provide them with a little bit more skills and a little bit more of a love for the game.
Just getting to play, getting to play with my friends here and just getting better and progressing towards the season. These lessons that we're getting taught, going to hopefully take these away and take them and use them in the season, get ready for it.
From Varsity Field, I'm Robert Paris for BNEWS Weekly.
Another week, another photo to highlight. Perhaps English children's author Lewis Carroll said it best: "How doth the little busy bee improve each shining hour, and gather honey all the day from every shining flower." That's what we have in this week's photo. It was sent in by Todd Duggan and shows a honeybee on a rose of Sharon flower that he captured with his camera. Thank you for the photo, Todd. We'd like to see your photos. They could be of something you see around town, whether outside your own door, or even photos of your family members, friends, and pets. Whatever you think is interesting and would like to share. Email your photos to bcat@bcattv.org with the subject line Photo of the Week. Okay, that's it from the news desk here at BNEWS Weekly. I'm Phil Gallagher, along with BNEWS Director Rich Hosford, BNEWS reporters Tad Stefanek, Robert Paris, and John Vias, and Maddie Shipko with the weather and community calendar. Thank you for joining us.